Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we're back in Men of War Assault Squad 2 and I thought I'd show you a mod that I've been using quite a lot. I haven't been recording with it just because it tanks my frame rate, but it is an amazing mod. Now what I'm talking about is the customizable Skirmish and FPS mod. As you can see here, it's the only one I've got installed. All the others are Sir Hinkle stuff and the GSM things which I use for multiplayer to play with my squad. So what we're going to do is we're just going to play a normal mission. We'll go for... what's a good one? We'll go for Overlord on medium. So basically, what I've been doing, but with the mod installed. Now, I have everything turned to low, as I usually do, because I'm not really sure how the mod's going to go while I record. Because basically, it doubles or quadruples even the amount of stuff that's going on, as you will see. Because you have an ally on your side, the enemy has two sets of enemies that you have to get through, and it's just an absolute clusterfuck, and it's wonderful. It's what a real war would feel like if you were a commander. Now, not saying that Men of War doesn't do that well in itself, but I think this mod enhances a lot of what Men of War has to offer, and to be honest, whoever made this mod, I will leave a link in the description for it. Well done. Really well done. But anyway, here we are on Overlord, and it even gives you a nice little thing at the start, telling you about it. You choose your faction, so we'll go for USA, and we can bring in battleships if we want, to start with. Now we have to choose our allied faction. We'll go for Britain. Just, you know, as the Normandy beach landings, we'll make it as historical as possible, and already you can see the amount of men which is being brought in. And we'll go against Germany, of course, as the first enemy, and it's already tanking the frame rate slightly. And as you can see, here we go. So we'll also make it Germany, but we can't, which is a real shame. So we'll make it Hungary, because why not? So to start off with, we have 3 squads that it's given us, and we'll just set them up in a much more defensive position than normal, because the thing is, the enemy actually can do some crazy stuff. The Mustang is in from our allies. Let's see what it hits. We'll just follow it along the screen. Oh, it's been hit! Oh, it's going down. The Flag Panzer is taken out. The Mustang wasn't even able to get off any rockets. But as you can see, stuff is already happening in this mod. We have a gun here that we can use if we want, which is quite nice. We actually might use that. It's in a decent position. This house has been flattened, which is a real shame. And we'll just get 2 men on it. We'll take 2 of these good dudes over here. But my allies aren't here yet. They will get here very soon. And then we'll be able to move out. We can bring in battleships. We can bring in armor. We have 1,500 points. We can bring in a Stuart if we want. This mod also adds a lot of different vehicles and stuff like that. It also adds in monster tanks, which you can imagine what they are, and heavy tanks. So what we'll do is we'll bring in a random medium, because I don't feel like a Stuart. And by random medium, it's given us a Sherman. A 105 Sherman. No, no less. Oh, brilliant. Right. Can we actually get on this? Let's see. It looks like no, because we'll have to get a vehicle in to move it. But that's fine. And here come the allies, coming from the left side. Some more US troops. Not Marines, but good enough. What we shall do is not bring in anything yet. And the frame rate is around 30. Usually I play it around 60 on this, showing that this really does tank your system, which is something that you do have to take into account. The Sherman is doing its job, firing its 105, trying to take out as many troops as possible. We'll move up the machine gun to help it out. And overall, this just gives a much more hectic and much more crazy battle situation that you have to deal with, which I'm fine with. Fortunately, the pathing is still a bit strange on some of the units, so we're going to have to sort that out, which is fine. we can just move him about, and we'll set him over here next to the Sherman. And it looks like we've nearly cleaned out this point. Also, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but sometimes enemies just appear. It might have been a different mod that I've added in, because I know on some of the Sahinkul's missions that enemies, if you can't see squads, they'll just, you know, they'll be invisible until you get to them. So that may be a different mod that actually happens in, but it's bloody annoying, but it makes sense. You shouldn't be able to see the enemy if, you know, you're out of range of it. The Sherman is doing his job, taking this point pretty well, so we'll move in the troops to support him. Machine gun is finally firing. It's a 30 cal, so not the Browning 50 that we used to, because it's the start of the battle. But we're doing alright, we're pushing them back. We'll push up the Sherman to help out, and as you can see, our AI friends have already pushed up to try and take out the right flank. So, push up as usual, keeping everything as standard as possible, trying to move up. But already you can see signs that stuff is brewing, compared to before where it was very much, right, we've got one infantry unit, let's push it forward. There is more stuff around the map. We've already seen this flat gun that we can maybe use. We've seen this truck that obviously gives us ammo. So that's always nice. We'll get this squad over here, fill them full of ammo, as we do. And then we'll push forward to the center point. That means we have to move over the Sherman. Something that these guys are much better at as well as an enemy are counterattacking. Sometimes it can be a pain in the arse, even without mods, when they're trying to counterattack. But in this, it's even more annoying. And I'm fine with it, because, you know, it actually brings more to the battle. Something the AI on our team will also do, the other Americans, will actually squad these MGs, so you don't have to do them yourselves. Now that's a nice feature. It means that it's a bit less micromanagement. You can look at the broader scape of what's going on. And there we go, our guys are getting some stuff. Now this is one of the early missions. Something else this mod adds is a lot of bonus missions if you want to play them. You can either play them in tank battles, where basically you control one tank against a horde of other tanks, and you have AI allied tanks as well. And also you can play them in skirmish mode. And let's just say it's hard in skirmish mode, but definitely worth it. It's a lot of fun, so I'll probably be doing that too at some point. We'll just set up our men over here, just to give them a nice barrier. We do have a Panzer I that we do have to worry about, but hopefully our 105 can deal with it. We just have to move it over here, so it spots it at the end of the road. This Panzer I only has 2 MG34s, so against a Sherman, it's not really going to do a lot. Fire, miss, try again. But as you can see, stuff is just kicking off. The AI is still working out how many troops it's had. It's bringing in more, and it looks like it's even brought in a Bren carrier, so well done, British. You'll help with the push hull damage, so therefore it's going down. Another one of the mods, which I want to use them in multiplayer, because me, King Rex, Jag, and Taz have been having a hell of a lot of fun with some of the multiplayer mods. Because basically, more interactions happen with your vehicles, which basically means that there's more fires. If your hull is crushed, then it doesn't mean it's dead. More crew members can die. Stuff like that. It's really, really cool how it works. But we do have a little car coming in, so that's not really going to do a lot. Our American friends are pushing up, so it may be worth me pushing up too. I want to take the central point. We could bring in another armoured vehicle if we can. We can even get a Lee. Should we get a Lee? I think we should. Why? Because why not? Let's just bring in a Lee and see what it does. I can't see it doing a lot, but we'll see how it goes. Something we also need to sort out is our gun in the back, so we'll put that down the main road. There's even tank traps on this road, so that's kind of screwy. Looks like we can't go through them, so they are actually there. They're not just randomly there, but it looks like somebody dropped off an M3 Lee in a boat for us. He's going to destroy one of those wooden barricades and move forward. This Lee has a 75, obviously, and a 37 on the top. Powerful machine, especially in these early instances. And obviously with every point that you unlock, it gives you different stuff, like different vehicles and everything, such as that Lee wasn't available at the start. Support wise, we have the same as the start. Infantry, I believe, is standard all the way, but as you unlock more points and get more places, you get different vehicles, which I think works really well, because the enemy gets them too. Like, they get upgraded vehicles as you go along. So it doesn't feel unfair that they, you know, they just roll over you with a Jagdpanzer at the start, but there's so many troops here. And I'm not sure if it was with the update of Men of War, or with the mod itself, but medics will actually heal people without you telling them, which I think is a wonderful thing. And already the frame rate has gone a bit to shit. We're nearly at about 10 FPS here, just because of the amount of stuff that's going on, but it's still easily playable for me. And while recording, while not recording, sorry, it's not around this, it's around 30 to 40 on my system. While recording though, it's a bit lower, but that makes sense. There's so much stuff going on, there's so many collisions, there's so many interactions, so you kind of have to expect it from stuff like this. Let's see what they're bringing in. There is a car back there, it looks like it's been twatted, so we don't really have to worry about it. There's some infantry coming in, which is fighting with our AI, and the track has been damaged on this Crusader. Probably not from this looks, actually maybe from the looks. But the looks may cause some real issues. This guy's just run into a house and decided that's enough for him for the day. And gone to bed. And where are our forces we just brought in? They're right here. Alright, well, we're going to use them to push up to this position, to take it and see what we unlock from it. But there's just a hell of a lot more options with this mod, which is nice. And also with your ally, they'll get units that correspond to the amount of points you've taken. So as you can see, they've got a Valentine and a Crusader, which are pretty much early stuff compared to what things they can get in the later game when it comes to the British. And it's just nice. It's nice how the progression has been kept the same through the mission, so it's not just all-out hell. Like, if you want all-out hell, you can play one of the bonus missions and just go and sit in a monster tank at the start of a game. It also adds in some missions for China, which is very interesting. But it looks like so far we're doing alright with pushing up. Something that is also available in the game is they have a... Whoa! What is that? Look at that, man. That is a GW Tiger 170mm Cannon 72. Bloody hell. Luckily it doesn't have a lot of armor. So if we can hit it with something, maybe a naval bombardment, then we should be alright. Here's a Stug 3 F/8, something that is different in the game. Another thing is that with every vehicle you kind of get an extra man most of the time. As you can see, there's a guy sat on this. So what that means is that if you lose a tank member, then, you know, it's not too bad. You have an extra one on the side. So now we have an M8 Scott that we can bring in, or an M4 Sherman if we really feel like it. SPGs, we've got the wonderful M10 Wolverine, and okay, here we go. What do we want, an M6 or a T14? I think we're bringing in a T14 just because it doesn't cost as many points, and to be honest, it's funny looking, so why the hell not? Now, you know, if the War Thunder devs want more ideas for random tanks which are not just prototypes, come and look at this game and come and look at this mod, because recently they've been added in a lot of prototype tanks, so why the hell not? As you can see, this is kind of like a Sherman. It's got the same turret as a Sherman. The hull itself is a bit different, a lot more slanted, and it's even got a little picture on the side. Isn't that wonderful? Very well modelled, most of these tanks. Some of them are a bit dodgy, but one of them in particular that I absolutely love is the Stuart. Sorry, not the Stuart, what am I on about? The Chaffee, because the Chaffee looks like the one from... Oh lord, this might not be good. Track is damaged, so that's good. But it looks like the ones that they used in the Battle of the Bulge movie, which is quite interesting. Like, if you've ever seen it, like Bargain Basement or Ape Face. Like, they look like those tanks. Now we have Silence of the Guns here, where we basically have HE rounds shooting at a Stug, so that's going to take a while to kill. But we're going to move around with the 75 T14, a heavy tank, which is basically a Sherman with a weird hull. And we're going to bring in some more assault infantry, so we can move up with it on the right flank. On the left flank, it looks like our allies have kind of pushed back the enemy, but there's still a bit going on. Something the enemy can do, and you can do as well, is put back paratroopers, which is bloody annoying, because they'll just... It's why I always got used to... Oh, hello, Valentine, where are you going? The AI is a bit interesting sometimes, but basically, they'll paratroop behind your lines, which is why I got into the habit of leaving a squad at each point, which is something I've always done in the game. If I want to push forward, I'll get another squad, that's how it works. Sometimes AI bugs out with certain stuff. You'll get that thing where the turret just keeps moving and, you know, does that dodgy thing where it doesn't shoot but it just keeps switching. The infantry seems pretty well coded. Sometimes the tanks bug out, but that's alright. Like that, I'm fine with that. We can still see the remnants of the Mustang that died at the start, which is a shame for it, really. But let's see. The vehicle is repaired, which is the Sherman in the center, so we could push forward with it if we wanted. Or we could use this, the T14, the big boy. So we're going to push forward with it. While we push forward with this, with its corresponding troops, there are some guys in this bunker that we'll have to clear out at some point. Looks like he's getting shot to hell, so he's dead now, so we don't have to worry about it. And we'll just wait. He's just fired something at our T14. It looked like... Oh god. Move. Get out the fire. Oh, okay. Didn't work. That was a Molotov, probably from a Hungarian. I don't think the Germans carry them. They may do. I'm not particularly sure on that. We'll push up these guys to help out. Move out of the way. And that's a grenade. Hopefully he doesn't die. Oh, he's taken a lot. He's taken a lot of hits, but he's alright. The T14, sitting strong. Looking at this. How about you shoot it, brother? How about you hit it, brother? But it looks like this point has actually been cleared out by our AI friends. Like, I haven't really done anything. There's still some vehicles that we have to worry about. The Valentine in itself has come back for part of the slice of the cake of the party. So, don't have to worry about that too much. Our infantry members are doing pretty well on the right flank, so we don't have to worry about them. Just have to take out a few more men and then they can push forward. We do have a Stug coming in that we do have to deal with, so we'll turn the 75. Track is damaged. It looks like... What is that? That's a Tauran. The Hungarian Air Forces... The Hungarian ground forces are here. The Tauran is an interesting machine, very good at pushing over troops and stuff. Not great at really anything else. Looks like we just lost a Sherman, probably to the Tauran, because, well, it's an absolute beast. Actually, it's probably to the Stug. We'll get these guys behind here. See if we can repair something. It looks like no, that Sherman is definitely down for the count, but this T14 in itself can be used to push forward. We also have some more stuff behind it. We have a 40M Nimrod, which is once again from the Hungarian ground forces. We have another Stug coming in, another Stug coming in. They're bringing in the big guns here that we do have to worry about. What do we have as the British and the Americans? Well, we have a T14, which is just going to keep shooting things. We also have a Lee that we probably should bring up to try and at least help or do something. We'll push these guys over here to do that. And we'll try and push on this point as soon as we can. We can actually get on this gun now, which is something that you can't do in, you know... Give me 2 seconds. I'll just let the action entice you. But yeah, something that is... Oh god, what's going on? Something that is massive in what's going on here. Who killed my T14? Motherfucker. Oh god. We're losing tanks left and right here, but anyway, there's a lot of stuff on maps that you usually can't get into, or couldn't do, at least in the single player. But now, you can. So that Stug has really put a dent in anything I've wanted to do. We're bringing an M6, because screw you all. It looks like we have Cromwells and stuff like that running around. We will need some more infantry members at some point. This dude, who is probably the only remaining member of what was left of that tank crew, has now joined himself in the infantry battalions. Wonderful stuff. So all you boys, we need you to push up. And it looks like we're coming up against heavy enemy resistance, but that's completely fine. That's definitely something that you have to get used to in this mod. There's just a lot of stuff going on. As you can see, with the Nimrod and this Stug, it's getting repaired, so we don't have to worry about it too much. But just so much stuff is happening, and goodbye Nimrod. Unlucky about that. But yep, here is the wonderful M6, 76mm, something that you can't get in game normally. Dual turreted, obviously, with that little gun on the side. I'm going to move you over here. Oh, frame rate, come on now. Let's have a jolly. There we go. Yeah, sometimes it'll freeze from time to time for me, especially when recording. But with this M6 moving up, we can clear out some of these troops, and that means that the frame rate should hopefully come back to us. Yep, there goes the 50 cal on the top, and it'll kill most of them. Basically, the frame rate goes to hell because, well, the system itself, like the engine, is not designed for this many interactions going on, and it looks like the Americans, our allies, have definitely manned this massive gun. So hopefully they do well with that. We're going to still clear out some of these troops, get this vehicle, but as I said, none of these issues when it comes to frame rate and stuff like that are present when you are not recording, because it takes up so much space, and because I use fraps and stuff, it takes a lot of processing power. Gives you a very nice product, but you know, it kind of screws you when it comes to everything else. It does, you know, you've got to be a bit lenient with it when it comes to it. Whoa. We'll try and move up the troops to here to push up, try and clear out some of these enemies, so we can at least get some remnants of a frame rate. Somehow the M6 got killed. Probably from all these Stugs that are coming in. We do have a whirlwind back there, which is quite interesting. So it looks like the heavy tanks are not the way to go. They're getting absolutely trashed. Oh my god, we can bring in a heavy tractor. You want a heavy tractor? We got you a heavy tractor. We'll bring in a random medium on the left flank to push up. Pushing on this point should be quite easy. There's not really a lot left. We have a full squad here to sort it out. So, bonsai boys, let's go. There is a paratrooper who's somehow sailed in at some point. These two with their magnums, or I doubt they're magnums, they're revolvers, need to push in. We need to kill this one guy and then we'll push up. Do have to worry about the Stugs and everything like that, so we'll try and cap this point so then get the hell out of there. Let's see what it gave us. Ooh, another Sherman 105. Wonderful stuff. Not great at killing Stugs and stuff like that, but brilliant at taking out infantry, which is something that we need for us. There's another supply truck here, which we'll use for our own devices. And the Stug 3F8 is taking pot shots at these guys. We'll just get these two back up. And bonk. Good stuff. And there's a guy on the hill who's being a bit of a pleb, really. Let's see what the enemy is bringing in. We have a Stug 3G, another 2-ran, 40M, Nimrod, and another car. As you can see, they bring in more stuff. There's more things going on, which is nice. And can we repair this? Yes, we can. Can we repair this? Yes, we can. Right, so you, sir, you're on dedicated repair duty, and so do you. We want to get these tanks fully operational. Something we do need to sort out is get this Sherman in position. And it looks like there are more stuff over there. And that's some rockets from our allies in the Mustang. And they've taken out what looks like an AA battery. Stug 3G. These guys have been shot again. Quite a few of them have been shot, actually, so we've got to worry about that. We do need to get 2 men and get them on this gun, which has been destroyed, it looks like. Oh my god, somebody shot us. What is shooting these guys? It must be a sniper, because he's taking them out one by one. Just reposition myself as usual. This guy got shot, but he's back up. This Sherman got shot in the track, probably from this dude. Oh, it's a big hit, and he's absolutely dead. Sherman does need to turn though and try and deal with this guy before he kills all my troops. Especially while they're all trying to reload and everything. So, here we go. The HE, if it hits, should really just absolutely capitulate this thing. 28mm of armor at most on this thing. And it's open top as well, so yeah, goodbye, hits the open top. And he's done for. Good old Dunzo. Right, so, what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring in some... we'll bring in some more assault infantry in the center to try and push forward. Because it looks like we've kind of, even though we are losing a hell of a lot of troops, we have pushed them out of this area. That's a miss on the wonderful Turan. I love the Turan. I don't know why, but it's an interesting little machine, really. We probably could repair some of these, yep. Can repair that. We've got to watch out for that whirlwind. We're not going to push up any troops past that point because, well, we don't want them to die. And we'll just stick these guys here. Somebody has died over here. So let's get him up. Run! There we go. Wonderful stuff. That's probably the guy who was repairing this. Or at least trying to. Fine. If you weren't, then... Okay. So he wants us to bring in pilots. Can we get pilots? Well, we have battleship fire. This guy hasn't fired yet, the howitzers have, which is a real shame. There's some more guns going in, but they seem to have nearly run out of tanks. The only thing they have got to really push us with is a car. So we don't have to worry about that too much. We don't have any more medium tanks or heavy tanks right now after taking these 2 points. You'll probably have some other stuff. Yep, we have an M19. Because why not? We also have another Valentine from our friends, and a Churchill has graced us with his presence. It is only an M1, but it is definitely something. Vehicle is repaired, which is nice. Which is the Sherman, so we'll get it facing forward. Main gun is damaged on the whirlwind. It would be nice to know which gun, since there are 4 of them, but the frame rate has actually quietened down a little bit. It's at a much better 35, just because there's less stuff going on. And oh my god, there's a Jagdtiger. Okay. Oh, there's a Turan 1 as well. Don't really have to worry about that. But heavy tanks wise, nothing new. We could wait for a random heavy or a random monster, which I'll probably do eventually. But it looks like we've got our allocation of stuff at the moment that we're going to get. Support might be a bit different. Yep. We've definitely got some quite large guns, 3.7 incher, waiting to absolutely decimate whatever the Germans move out. But anyway, we're just going to wait, take a chill pill, try and repair what we can, and push forward. We have these guys who will take the center for us, and it looks like they're bringing in some stuff, but nothing massive. The biggest thing is a Turan 2. Which ain't gonna do a lot. We want to get this Stug, try and get it operational. It is a very, very useful machine, as seen since it took out all my heavy armor. Do we get a random heavy, or do we get a random monster? We're gonna start with a random heavy, since we only have 1 tank right now. So we do need to get more available. We are putting more and more people in these tanks. Let's see. Nope. Oh, you're ready, okay. 4 men needed. 4 men we have. There we go. So we have 2 tanks now to do with this. Sherman 105 is firing again, and it looks like they've brought in a Mark 10 Valentine, where before, I believe, let's see, what was it? A Mark 3. So as you can see, the British are getting more and more vehicles. This guy's still getting in. Come on, son. Grab on, and let's go. We do have an S2H, a Stu, 42 that we do have to worry about, but its hull is damaged, it's basically useless. And now, let's bring in a random heavy, let's see what we get. Of course, the M26 Pershing is here to stay. Wonderful stuff, that's what we like to see. You boys may want to try and throw a grenade at that. Hi-ho! hull is damaged, not because of the grenade though, and as you can see the medic is getting up people in his vicinity, which is lovely. He won't get them up if he's shooting or if there's immediate issues in front of him, so in the heat of a battle it's not grand, but we are struggling for ammo over here. Oh no, that guy just dropped his gun. Unlucky bud. But yeah, we're doing alright. Most of the vehicles have been taken out. All the men have just been killed out of it, so it would be nice to try and get that back. The Crusader is back up with a dead track, so we need to repair that. You're repairing this, you're repairing that. Good stuff. Once the Pershing is here, as you can see, here it comes. It's the good old Tiger. Oh, the skin is beautiful. Hopefully, it can help us push up. They're even somehow repairing this, which is something I couldn't repair, so good luck with that. We'll see how that goes. We could bring in a battleship's fire if we want. Ah. That's a Jgpz. That's an issue. That's 2 Jgpz. And also, did I just hear a bloody... No, I'm hearing that. Okay, well, bombardment on you. I'm not having 3 Jgpz moving around when all I have is a Pershing and a few Cromwells. So we'll just move back for now. Hopefully the bombardment does pretty well at taking out all of this, otherwise we may have an issue. And once again the frame rate's going a bit silly because there's a lot of stuff going on. Once we kill everything, then it won't be as bad. You can shoot at that. And hit it, but not do anything. Hull is destroyed on our Crusader, which is a shame. And there goes the naval bombardment, taking out a GW Tiger, a Jgpz, and the Howitzer. So that's nice. We also somehow hit over here as well. But we basically just took out their backline. How is the wonderful you doing? Turn around. Come on, brother. Track has been taken out on this, which isn't terrible. Oh, we've got a Tiger as well. There's a lot of German stuff going on here, and we don't have a lot of stuff. Our front line is definitely, as you would say, struggling. But we do have a Pershing who can clean up. There's a Jagdpanzer with his back to us, so we're going to move up, try and shoot it in its arse. There's another Tiger on that side. Nice one, you missed. Try again. Let's try and hit side shot. Should have a shot from here. Oh, you hit the Tiger. Maybe hit the Jagdpanzer this time. Not sure if you can go through the front of it. Oh, crew is injured, so that's alright. We'll push back though. We'll push back this tank as well. If we lose these, we may have a few issues, because there ain't a lot left. Stugger's here. It's been hit in the side. It looks like it's at least lost a track. We'll put another HE shell into it to make sure it knows who's boss. Main gun is damaged. Run the hell back. This Pershing is shooting at stuff, which is nice. We've repaired a vehicle, but I don't want to move it just because we have all this stuff coming and moving up with it. Crew is injured once again. Hello, Tiger. No machine gun. Throw. Good toss, son. Oh, the main gun is damaged. It's basically down for the count. That's what we like to see. The Pershing has just absolutely rinsed that Jagdpanther. That might have been the last one. There's a Stug here. The main gun is damaged. It might as well be dead. Do you have a grenade? Yes, you do. Go finish that off, sir. You've done a good job at staying alive. But yeah, that onslaught, which we've just gone through, we're doing alright now. Tiger is still alive, of course, but there's not a lot left to it. What we'll do is we'll get the assault infantry, move them up. We've even got a bloody archer here. The terrible tank destroyer, which is the archer. This has been revamped, so we'll get some troops for it. Try and push it back. You need to repair, of course. You can get into this. We'll bring up some more infantry, just because we need it to crew all the tanks that have been left about. You only need a track doing, alright, that's good. You're sorted. What do you have? You have a 75 on it. You're getting repaired. Pershing is in wonderful condition to move forward. There is a target there that we do need to put a shot into, because as you can see... Oh, hello. So we have a Mustang coming in. What's he going to hit? Oh, he's been shot by something. That's terrible. But this tiger, I don't think is dead, so Pershing, would you kindly oblige? There is no way you can't shoot that guy. There we go. He was just lining up the shot. Hull is destroyed on that tiger, so it's out of action completely. Archer has been repaired. This tiger is basically out of action. But when we move up these guys and throw a grenade at it, it should be completely dead. Centurion Mark 1 is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. The heavy British tank, the 127mm frontal hull armour, not including slope. Yeah, there's not a lot you're going to do against that. So with all these guys, we'll set them up here once again. And all of our allies are around, which is nice. Pershing is going to have to help. And he's already helping. Hull is damaged on that. We need to get one of these guys to throw a grenade at the tiger. Hull is destroyed on the other vehicle that they moved up. Go on, give it a toss. Good stuff, it did absolutely nothing. Right, throw more. Maybe on the engine. Come on. Everybody up. Good toss. Oh my. Oh my. You get and shoot. Let's throw a grenade at the engine so it actually sets on fire. Hurry up. Oh, it's a terrible toss it is. Oh, it's another terrible toss. And another one. Yeah, we got issues. Right, anyway. While we're doing that, let's just man these guns, you know. I mean, why not? It seems like the best idea. We've only got one of them, so that's a bit of an issue. We need to move up. This dude, can you actually shoot that guy? Just, you know, take him out of action. No, it doesn't look like it. We're going to have to move all the way around. He's taken a shot at the Toucan, or the Touran, and he's going to take that out pretty easy. We've got a Panzer IV SH moving in, but we dealt with the ruddy Jagdpanzers, all the other stuff that they brought in. We need a crew of 4 in this guy, so we'll get him in. This dude needs another guy at least, so there you go. Stug is in good action. You, for some reason... Oh no, you have men in it. I thought you were just stood there for no apparent reason. Let's get you in the F8. Has this been crewed? Well, let's see what state this guy is in, since our ally has been kind enough to repair it for us. Pershing has moved up, taken a shot at the Panzer IV H. I believe it's dead. Let's see. Yeah, see the wonderful people who are my allies actually repaired this M6 for us. Terrible machine when it comes to it, but still nice to have. How much crew does it have? 5? Well, we'll give you 4. That'll be good enough. We have the Sherman 105, the Stug 3, and this dude who still needs a track repaired. For some reason, still didn't do it. The Centurion in itself has moved up, so we'll go and support it with some men. But we've nearly taken out their backline. I mean, they have, obviously, a Jagd Tiger that we have to deal with, but at least there's not an elephant. That's the way I like to look at it. This Archer is got extreme range on it. So it's nice to see that we have one. We'll actually bring in some more infantry over here to, once again, crew these vehicles that we found. And, because there's nothing wrong with this Cromwell, it's just been bloody abandoned. Like, I don't know what's gone on. So what we'll do is we'll move up the Pershing to take out that Tiger who's just stood there, so it doesn't get in our way. This is still 173 away, so we don't have to worry about it. Some of the assault guns and tanks, and there we go, assault guns and tanks and stuff like that do have increased range, but I don't think it's going to be an issue right now, or at least it shouldn't be. Move up these guys to here. We've taken this point, which is nice, so we don't have to worry about that. M6 is in position to move forward, and we're just waiting on some more guys to push forward to help us out. Kind of annoying that that gun got taken out, because it is a nice feature of the mod, but stuff happens, you know. You can't really change it. But we do have an M4A4 moving up. Also, our allies have gone absolutely ballistic, so it's probably time to go and help them. Move up our tanks at the same time. including our Pershing on the right flank. I am basically just letting the Pershing hold the right flank while the left flank is populated by a hell of a lot of tanks. Mainly because it's doing such a good job, and it's the best tank I have. So we'll move up all these guys. The Jgpz had its track damage, but that's really about it. The M4 cannot get hit because the Jgpz's track has got damage. Wonderful stuff. They've brought in a Stug or a Stew. It's a Stug, which is nice, and don't know what they were thinking. Like trying to turn a German gun on a German tank, and hopefully it'll work. That's a rocket down, and another one on this M4A4. It's been taken out with no mercy from the Germans. And now, with the pipes coming in, we have stuff going on. We can actually get a good flank on that Jagdtiger now, which is nice. What else? We'll set up this Pershing so it can actually shoot down this road. There we go. Let's see what they're bringing in. Well, that's a Tiger to start with, so that's terrible. It's also I believe a Hungarian one with the star on the top. SPG wise, we can bring in up to a Slugger, which is nice. We can even bring in an M12 motor carriage or a Super howitzer if we feel like it. Heavy wise, we can bring in a Pershing T29, a Super Pershing T95, or a random monster. We'll wait for the monster. This Pershing has got its track hit by something. 74A4 just went to its doom. Terrible idea. And we'll see what's going on over here. We've got a Panther 5 with the L71, the 88mm. As you can see, it's got a very small turret, but it's a very deadly tank. The Turan 2 is once again in the house with another Turan 2. And there's not a lot they're going to do. Bit worried about this Tiger, though. And this Panther. Panther's got extremely strong frontal armor. There's not really a lot on my side that can take it out. So hopefully my allies can deal with it. Let's see what they've just brought in. A Comet. They brought in a Comet 1 with a 77mm HV on it. Interesting. Anyway, something is firing, which is that howitzer. Some of the sound effects are changed in this mod as well. Something's taken into account, and they do sound wonderful. A lot of Tigers coming down here. And not a lot to stop them, really. We have a Pershing, which has done well so far. It's actually really low on ammo, so we may have to just bring it back to get some ammo. So we'll do that. So you get back here. We'll have to turn, so it'll be vulnerable for at least a second. But here we go. My tank line versus their tank line, basically. Shoot at that guy. Oh god, it's not gone well. So with the Pershing coming back, I'm going to sit it right here so it can actually do something. Main gun and turret is damaged on this, so it's basically out of action. See if you can shoot that guy. Valentine, wonderful stuff. You're going to be useless, so you can stand there. It's a good hit. We've taken off a bracket, I believe. And luckily the Comet is just here to help. But yeah, we're struggling. Definitely struggling. We're out of AP with this Pershing, which means that it's going to be shooting everything with HE, and I actually just took out a Turan with HE, showing that the armor on the Turan is definitely not very good. You've run into a house, and that is definitely an issue. We have Tigers roaming, which is never good for business when you're on the American side. The hull is damaged on one Tiger at least. I don't know what took it out. Probably this Comet, but its track is damaged now. Shot by the M6 has obviously done absolutely nothing. This guy's getting repaired. Oh, this Stug 3 F/8 has just battered that guy. And here comes the Pershing. It's trying to stop basically everything. We do have a lot of stuff coming through. We even have a King Tiger. Oh lord. This is where it all goes wrong. Move you to here. There's crew injured on something. It's a good shot onto the Tiger. And we just need to get at least some ammo from this guy. But as you can see, the rain of fire is not going to stop soon. Hopefully we can get a monster tank here as soon as possible. Somehow this M6 has actually survived, which is nice. We have lost the Valentine. We still have the Stug. It was obviously in a decent position to defend from, but the right flank is definitely looking sketchy. If we lose this Pershing, we're going to definitely be in, or at least have, a few issues. We do seem to have a gun over here, which is this guy. And let's get the archer up and rolling. I do hear a plane coming in, so let's see what he hits. He's gone to the back, he's hit the 88, so at least that's out of action. Mission is failed, we've lost the third flank. Archer is here. That's to at least try and kill something. Not really sure what it's going to kill. It's got a wonderful gun on it, but moving around is going to be hard. And Pershing is trying to deal with all these tigers moving in. It looks like just got an onslaught of the damn things. It's good hits, completely missed. We'll just keep it in the same position as before. Holy crap. Hello, King Tigers. If he comes over the rise, he's going to get hit. Looks like he just bounced. Let's fire again. He's missed again. Come on, Pershing. Gotta do better than this. Track is damaged at least, so that's that. Stuck. Pershing's been hit. Crew is injured. There's only 2 men left in it. Which isn't good. We'll get these guys in it straight away. Reload that damn gun. We've got to stop these guys somehow. Archer is already dead. That's a shot from the Pershing. I believe it missed. But we are getting men into the tank, which is good. So we can actually just do stuff. Hull is destroyed on the Tiger, taking it out. This Stug actually died at some point, so that's not good. We nearly have time to get the super tank, but is it going to be enough with the lost Pershing? Because there isn't a lot that we can do against these big uns.